Hello. I just realized that when I go live through YouTube, I don't get the blessing of the background behind me. So, welcome to my mess, my laundry, my ladder, my weird stack of shelves that things have been stuffed on. I feel like that embraces the chaos that the world seems to have been going through in the last week or 10, week or two, maybe. Uh, that seems to be coming through with this sort of sense of anxiety, overwhelm, pressure, stress. And so I got curious, what's going on in the transits? Is there something in the transits? Is there something we're up leveling as a society? And so, of course, I went to my genetic matrix calendar and checked in, and 3041 meow 3041 is the channel that was active. And I did almost do my homework. I did at least write down the dates, but we're still gonna like leverage the books. And so YouTube's popping something up at me. My brain can't quite do that. So 3041, let's find that channel. It is in the list of channels that don't have dates. Of course it is. Not dates, page numbers. 3041. 3041, I believe, is tribal. Nope. 3041. Come on, jump off the page at me. $41.30, page 68. And I'm just using I'll hold it up in a second. Let me find the page, and then I'll hold it up. 68. Human Design Circuitry by Richard Rudd, who was the creator of, I think it's called not Genetic Matrix. Oh, tell me what you're called. He has like a offshoot of Gene Keys. He's the creator of Gene Keys. The channel of recognition, a design of focused energy and feelings. No wonder we're all feeling it. No wonder there's been that intensity. So 3041 connects the root. So no wonder we're also experiencing extra pressure. So the root comes with pressure. It connects the root to the solar plexus. It is a collective channel, which means that it is not necessarily about our own individual journey or our tribal journey, but the journey of the collective, which will also, oh, I felt that. Oh, will also amplify the emotions. As in this moment, I just like allowed myself to tune in. It's intense out there, people. Let me just come back to me. Forget the collective for a minute. Come back to me. So, any of us that are tapping into that greater good collective energy, it is no wonder that we are feeling the intensity right now. It is no wonder that the emotions are heightened and they're coming with this pressure, this impulsivity. Whoa. So as you can see, I'm still caught in this. When does this go away? I thought I wrote down the date. I did not. Let me just look at Genetic Matrix and see if I can pull up that date. Genetic Matrix 3041. That's right. I didn't get the date because it's there until at least the end of the month. So we're on this ride. This too shall pass. It will get better. To pull in the key phrases that one of the wonderful ladies shared in Navigate Your Life this morning. But it's going to take some time. This ride is around for a little while. And it's intense. Now, the beauty of this is that we will actually get to like transform the collective. And as we process through this and move through this, things will start to shift. So these planet alignments are in the North Node. The North Node is our future direction, where we're heading. And so looking to the future and looking to the light in the future, like it's easy to kind of get consumed by the will it get better? It doesn't feel like it will. Will it get better? I don't know. Are we able to expand our capacity? Absolutely. Are we going to? Maybe, maybe not. Let's see. So it's in the North Node, and then it is also in Pluto. And I'm just looking for my reference sheet. No, of course it is. So Pluto, I haven't quite memorized the planets. Pluto is the planet of transformation. So this is the space. This is where we get to transform. We get to expand. We get to access more. And as I'm starting to settle into it, I'm starting to allow myself to like step out to the collective a little bit. And there is a transformative energy coming through. It's just going to come with the emotional waves. And it's going to come with the whole roller coaster of emotions because we're tapping into the solar plexus. And so the solar plexus comes with the light and the joy, and it also comes with the depth of darkness. And so wherever our brain is wired to go, and that will come from conditioning, it will come from past experiences, it will come from the rest of our chart, that will influence how we will experience this. Definitely the people that I've been speaking to in the last week or two, everyone is feeling an intensity and a pressure, though not necessarily being able to express it in that manner. So let's look a little bit closer at these gates. A design of focused feelings, a sensing circuit, a projected channel. The projected channel is one where we need to wait for the invitation as well. That's not my strength. I'm thinking of like several people in my world that could really do with having this insight and this information, and the invitation is not there to share that. I may override that because I'm human and I'm conditioned and I have a desire to fix that I'm working on releasing. And I do also have a little bit of manifestor in there. So I've got like the need to inform. So we'll just inform people what's going on. So we've got, this is one of life's great dreamers. You have only 2 lessons to learn in life. Don't try and make your dreams come true, and don't expect any of your desires to bring you lasting peace. True peace is simply to enjoy the dreams themselves. True peace is simply to enjoy the dreams themselves. These people, this transit gives us the gift that wisdom is gained through exploring all kinds of feelings. They are natural dreamers, and yet so many of their dreams are never even supposed to come true. Despite this, they have a profound ability to stir the feelings of others through the dreams and wishes that they share. So it's an interesting antidote to the anxiety and overwhelm that so many of us are feeling, is to tap into those dreams. What is it that we're wanting to tap into? And the peace doesn't come from the dream coming true. The peace comes from the process of dreaming. So if we're looking for a way to navigate this with a little bit more ease and grace, allow yourself to tap into the dreaming, to tap into the emotions that come when you dream. As you look to the future, as you look to the possibilities, as you look to the light, allow those feelings to be what allows you to connect to peace, she says, mostly to herself. Being a direct connection between the solar plexus and the root center, this channel brings an emotional pressure often experienced as restlessness or nervousness, or amplified to anxiety and overwhelm for so many of us with dysregulated nervous systems. Let's be transparent here. It is a mirror of the 1858, whereas the channel of judgment, which is the 1858, endlessly wants to correct in order to improve. The 4130 endlessly yearns to feel in order to learn. And I wish I was a motivational speaker. Like, I wish I could wrap these messages up in a positive light. And I think I do to some degree, but it's just, there's a moment. But the we're back to going on a bear hunt, which was one of the metaphors that appeared this week for the Navigate Your Life Through Human Design community. We're going on a bear hunt, and we just have to go through it. We can't go over it. We can't go around it. We have to feel the emotions and just go through it. And that's messy. That's uncomfortable. What I will say is you don't have to go through it alone. Find a community, connect with people, have the conversations so that you know you are not in this alone. We do not have to go through it alone. We do have to go through it. We do have to feel it. And it's intense right now when we're tapping into that collective emotional energy. At least it's intense for me. Maybe some of you are riding it really nicely. Maybe some of you're not even noticing the wave. Kudos to you. For many of us, those in my world, it's been intense this last week. This transit gives us the gift or the opportunity to learn patience and composure. They have to play hard to get in terms of making decisions. They have to play hard. Oh, they have to play hard to get. Oh, they have to play hard to get in terms of making decisions, allowing themselves to move through their emotional wave. So it's not making decisions in the moment. It's the allowing yourself to step back, which looks like playing hard to get. If you think about that relationship, they have to step back and allow others to come to them, allow themselves the space to ride the emotional waves as they're making decisions. Now, I would suggest for any of us that don't normally have the emotional wave as part of our decision-making strategy, and we're not used to making decisions through the emotional wave, I'm just going to be postponing. Like, let's just let that ride and move forward. The emotions definitely won't necessarily. Sorry, someone's just jumped in the comments. But yeah, so those emotions, the pressure, and so yeah, that active root center, which I've just spoken about, but speaking to the person that's just jumped on live, right now we have an active root, which is going to increase the pressure. It's going to increase the impulsivity. It's going to increase a whole bunch of things for those that don't usually have the active root. And so there's a whole world there for us to explore. And then for those of us that don't normally have the emotional ride of the solar plexus, there's a whole world there for us to explore. And so there's two spaces in which this intensity will be throwing through, flowing. Let's have just a little bit of liquid and see if I can wet my mouth so I can speak. Flowing through. Yeah, lots of intense energy, and it's a collective energy. So it's not just the weight of our lives, it's the weight of everybody's, which is rather intense. So gate 41 is the gate of contraction and decrease. And a lot of us are feeling that need to contract and decrease. This is the opportunity to step into the consistency of the incessant urge to experience a new feeling. Brain is frying a little bit with that. All right. The gate of fantasy. The fantasy. This is, and I was saying this before. Yeah, none of us need it right now. Just responding to the comment. None of us need it right now, and we've got it, and it's there till at least the end of the month. I didn't dare to look how much further beyond the end of the month it was. It has been in play since the 26th of July. So there's a lot of us that have been feeling the intensity and tapping into like this increased pressure or this increased emotional intensity, or the combination of both for some people. And so that's what we're riding at the moment. And I was saying before, we don't have to do it alone. We can do it together. And I love that you, dear person in the comments, are on this journey with me, and anybody watching this video. Like, I love that we don't have to do this alone. All right, so the gate of fantasy. Tap into your fantasies. Tap into using visualization. Tap into any mechanism of fantasy to experience the full range of emotions within your control. So often we get consumed by allowing the world around us to dictate which emotions we're going for. If we tap into our own emotions and allow ourselves to use active imagination from Carl Jung, we can expand our capacity to navigate the emotions that we encounter in the world in a safe environment created in our head. It's what the Team of Champions stuff is for. If you're in the human design world, maybe you don't know about that world, that's okay. For those of you that do, Team of Champions, that's its purpose. Utilizing Team of Champions, the active imagination parts work, and then utilizing visualization, if that's your thing. There's a whole range of ways in which we can tap into accessing the fantasy and allowing ourselves to find the tools and find the resources. Go on an adventure in your mind looking for the magic crystal or the magic elixir that will allow you to ride out this wave with peace and grace, or ride out this pressure with calm clarity is the words that comes to mind. They're not my words. I don't know where they came from, though they appear to be coming into my mind more often recently. I digress. This pressure of this gate is often experienced as a feeling of restlessness, as though something new is beginning, but without the 30 gate, we've got the 30 gate, it cannot crystallize to become a specific desire. So there will be desires that come through. Those desires aren't necessarily meant to be lived out. They're meant to be 41 is the gate that we're looking at the moment. 44 may be active, but 41 is the gate we're looking at the moment. Without the 30, without the consistency here, these people know that they want change, but they don't know what kind of change. And then the flip of that, the 30 without the 41. Now we have both. Both of these are active right now. These people can never afford to give away their expectations about what their desires will bring them. The gate of fates. So this is gate 30 now. The greatest lesson these people can learn, the greatest gift this transit brings us, and the lesson it brings us to learn, is to not take experiences personally. As long as we are able to enter new situations from a clear emotional space, whatever they learn will be correct for them, even if it doesn't meet their expectations. So what I'm hearing is, as much as we can, let go of the expectations, allow ourselves to go into the lessons, learning whatever it is that we're going to learn. But even more than that, allow ourselves to not take things personally. And oh my God, is that, yeah, neither do I. These gates, I don't know that anybody in our community has these gates active consistently. I could be wrong. They're not taking things personally. That is the gift that we are being given right now, is to step into the opportunity to take on and embrace the life lesson to not take things personally. What comes to mind is the 4 agreements. It's the only agreement that I remember from the 4 agreements. Do not take things personally. And that, oh my goodness, is that a journey? And again, I come back to, do not try and do that alone. Let's do that together. Let's come together. Let's vent. Let's rant. Let's express where we are taking things personally, because as much as we want to get to that end result, the journey to get there starts in, fuck it all, I am taking this personally. This is hard. I don't want to play. Why is this happening to me? Why is this happening for me? Like, how is this happening through me? There's a whole model there as well. I could rant on that for ages. All right. So that's where we are now until the end of the month. Like I said, I wish I was a motivational speaker. The other channel that we've got in play at the moment that intensified this week, I am sure, is the 1762. It is the gate of acceptance. It is where opinions meet details. And so I'm just going to talk about that briefly. I have no idea how long I've been talking about. 20 minutes. About half an hour is average for these calls, potentially. If someone's engaging with me, it may go a little bit longer. I'm open to the question. So gate 1762, this is in Mercury and Neptune. So Mercury is communication. Mercury is communication. I'm like, it's on the sheet. Mercury is communication, and Neptune is mystery and imagination. And so from memory, let's not go from memory. My memory's not particularly great. All right. So not recognition, we want to go back to acceptance, is 1762. And we want to go back to the 3rd of August. So this one has passed. This is in the hindsight. So 3041 is hindsight and moving forward, which is that gate of recognition, the emotional pressure that's coming through. And then we have 1762. So 17 is in the imagination and 62 is in the communication. And it dropped out about 24 hours before the recording of this video. So 1762. 17 is opinions, and it is an eye for seeing and understanding structures and frameworks, but no instant ability to share what they have understood. No, I have the counterpart on the other side. I'm like, I feel like I should have that. I don't think I do. I literally see models on my windscreen. But no, it's not one of my, not one of mine either. This is a connection from the Anya, from the third eye, mental pressure down to the throat. So it's going to have us speaking things. So in this emotional pressure turmoil, we've then been given a voice of the channel of acceptance, except that it's opinionated details. And it gives us the opportunity to step into acceptance. But in the emotional turmoil, a lot of us will have been expressing our opinions with details and facts to back it up based on the pressure of the emotional turmoil. And therein lies half of the chaos we've been seeing over the last week, I'm guessing. These people need all the facts at their fingertips before they speak. However, if you're not used to this channel, it will have you speak without all of those details, because where we get channels from the transits, they're not familiar channels. They're not areas where we've matured. So generally, unless we've done some serious work in these spaces, they will play out at that lowest level of immaturity, and we get the opportunity to mature through it. They generally only last a week or two though, and so there's not a huge time of learning. The 3041, we got weeks. We got lots of opportunity to learn how to navigate emotional pressure, and whether we step into that or not is up to us. Many 1762 have a weak right eye because they've been trying to share most of their lives without waiting to be invited. Again, we're in a projected channel. We have to have the invitation. Most of us don't have that awareness, that pausing and allowing ourselves to wait for the invitation before we share our opinion is helpful. And so being able to calibrate the person in front of you, do they want to hear what you're about to tell them? And often the answer is no. And do we listen to that? Often the answer is no. And so the expression of opinions and insights and all of these things, and then the other person not accepting it, that's going to just add to the emotional pressure over the last week. This one I'm not feeling any intensity around because it's not current. It's also a collective gate. It's in the channel of understanding, or the circuit of understanding, the channel of acceptance. So people with an eye for detail and who always need to know the facts. I've certainly seen that play out in a couple of conversations, more than I've been witnessing them myself. But that I need to know the data. I need to know the facts. I can't process this. The emotion, I can't deal with the emotion, so I'm going to go to the facts. So yeah, so that's definitely been playing out. As a random side note, if 62 is one of your consistent gates, it is a cross-species gate, and these are people with the potential to communicate with and train animals. There's a client that I want to go and check and see if she's got that channel as I read that. These visually orientated. This is also the gate of time distortion. These people often have an unusual sense of timing. Nothing's really jumping out in this. I think it will have intensified that emotional pressure. People will have been speaking their opinions, looking for that acceptance, and it's an immature energy for many of us where we don't have that channel in space. If you've got that channel in your and this is the same for any channels in the transits, where we've got the channels in our design, we will develop a maturity around them over time. Sometimes that takes active, like we can deliberately go and work on it, or sometimes we need Sometimes it will just happen organically. Often what we're learning will tie in with it. So then we've got the sun and the earth gates, which is where we ideally would have started. However, here we are 2 channels in. And the gates that are in place right now is the army with the role of self in gate 7. We were looking for a page number, Amy. Gate for page 60. And I'm pretty sure this was the sun. So this is what's extra radiant. An impulsive need to lead, and they need to be elected or invited to do so. And so that's going to couple and double down on this emotional intent. We've got the emotional pressure, and now we've got this desire to lead coming through from the energy. It couples with the 31. So if you've got the 31, you'll step into having that channel active. It is an identity to throat gate. So speaking our values, speaking what's important to us, the behavior, the role of the self. Gate of leadership is the 7. Without the 31, these are natural leaders who are not necessarily public figureheads. It's the 31 that gives them the voice and stature to reach the masses. So potentially over the last couple of days, so this transit, we're in the middle of it right now, there's that desire to lead and a frustration on not being able to lead because we don't necessarily have the 31 to bring it to voice. So that's the 7. And then 13, I'm pretty sure was the other one. Let me just double check. 7, sun in 7, earth in 13, and currently we're in line 4. So we're starting to come towards the community connection of that line and bringing that together. So 13 is on page 74. It is the listener. I was looking at it. It's one of my daughter's cross gates. So I was looking at that last night. People who are natural listeners. These people often get to hear what others do not. If they wait, they will soon see that they are always hearing other people's secrets. They are natural recorders of experience and history as they attract the sharing of experiences from others. This one is a consistent gate for me, the 1333. But potentially you're finding yourself, if this is not normally consistent, you're finding yourself listening to others more often, or you're finding yourself feeling like you should listen and then overriding it because it's not consistent for you. There'll definitely be... So with that active, a lot of us will want to be heard. So in the presence of the listener, people want to be seen, they want to be heard, they want the opportunity to share. And if the people around them aren't tapping into that because the 13 is unfamiliar, there's going to be even more tension, coupled with, again, that emotional pressure coming through from the 3041. Again, it is a projected. So there's the invitation. So waiting for the invitation to share the story, waiting for the invitation to do anything with it. Often people will share their stories with me and they're not for me to do anything with. It's just for them to be heard. It's something that I'm starting to tap into. Ironically, the number of the week that keeps showing up in my world, I've shared with a couple of people, is 33, which is the counterpart to the 13. And so that need to retreat, to reflect on the past and reflect on the stories and a whole bunch of stuff in there. Just check in with my live viewer if you're still there. Do you have any questions or thoughts that you want to share before I wrap up? I am starting to feel like I have shared everything that I wanted to. Yeah, all good there. Beautiful. So that's what we've got going on this week. If you want to find a community that's talking about these things, talking about the emotional pressure that we've been feeling in the last week, a space to come and be witnessed and share, then the Navigate Your Life with Human Design on School, the link will be somewhere. I'll add it in on YouTube, and then as this goes out to the podcasts, it'll be somewhere there. Or just Google Navigate Your Life with Human Design to Navigate Your Life on School. It should bring it up for you. And it definitely does explain a lot. I saw a couple of posts this morning and a couple of experiences that have been going on in my life this week. And I feel far more grounded now that I can point to the transits. Now, am I making it all up? Is it all bullshit? Maybe. Does it make me feel better? Absolutely. So I'm going to keep doing it. And I invite you, if it is helpful for you, to jump on board. If it's not helpful for you, then find what is. I am pleased that you got this far in the call. I look forward to connecting with you soon.